Tony Romo, here's the report from CBS. Tony Romo has the Texans, the Cardinals, the Broncos, and the Chiefs on his wish list. Tony Romo, what do they have in common? 4 for 4. All good defenses. All good defenses. Yep, Tony Romo's got 4 teams on his wish list, according to CBS Sports. For the record, quarterbacks, good quarterbacks, almost never get to choose where they go. They get drafted, guys like, Peyton Manning, Favre, and then generally they're with that team until the very end because teams never let those guys get on the market. Andrew Luck's never going to be on the market until maybe he's like 35. But when quarterbacks do have a choice, Brett Favre, where did he go? Minnesota. Where was Minnesota's defense the previous year? Number 6. When Peyton Manning went to Denver, his first year in Denver, what was that defense ranked? Number 2. Tony Romo's listed 4 teams he's interested in. What do they have in common? They all have good defenses. Why is Aaron Rodgers going to watch this Super Bowl from his house? Because he didn't have a great defense. They fell apart. So if you look at the last 2 Super Bowls Tom Brady got to, total defense, New England's scoring defense was 8th and 1st. So as much as we talk about offense, I said this when it comes to the Atlanta Falcons defense. The scoring defense is 27th, the total defense is 25th, and the red zone defense for the Atlanta Falcons is dead last. So them being here, Atlanta is rare. Like, you don't have the worst defense in the league in the red zone, and you end up in the Super Bowl. Your offense has to be unbelievable, and it is. New England's got the best scoring defense, the 8th best total defense, and tied for 8th in the red zone efficiency defense. So Tony Romo knows what's up. Tony Romo gets it. The 4 teams he's interested in are teams that can keep the game in the low 20s to high teens. As I've told you before, Andrew Luck, and I don't have the precise numbers, and I may be slightly wrong, but I'm darn close. I believe Andrew Luck is 22-0 when the Colts hold teams to 19 points or fewer. Now, I'm not saying your defense has to, but Andrew Luck's never lost the game in Indianapolis when the defense has been pretty good. 19 points isn't world class. It's good. It's not the Ravens. Like the Patriots this year were like 16. If you can keep them to 19 and a half, Andrew Luck's never lost a football game. So that's the smart guy is Brett Favre was like, I'm going to Minnesota. The defense will keep me in games. Peyton Manning's like, I'm going to go to Denver. Plus, I bet when he went to Denver, I bet you, because he had leverage, he didn't have leverage once he was in Denver. But going to Denver, Peyton Manning had a lot of leverage. Because remember, the Seahawks were after him, and the Niners were after him, and Tennessee was after him, and Denver was after him. I would not be shocked if we learned that Peyton Manning said, I'll come there, you got to spend some money on your defense. Because it was a couple years later that John Elway opened up the checkbook and T.J. Ward and DeMarcus Ware, and he started spending big money on that defense. You think quarterbacks want offensive help? Aaron Rodgers? When Aaron Rodgers said about the Packers after they lost to Atlanta, what was his quote? We just got to be all in here. What does all in mean? Spend some money on defense through free agency. That's what all in meant. That's the coding. Aaron's like, you give me defenses, I'll get you to the Super Bowl. The one time I had a great defense, Aaron Rodgers is telling that front office, I got you to a Super Bowl. You give me one great defense, I got you there. Give me another one, I'll get you there again. And he's probably right.
Brought to you by 84 Lumber. Are you 84 material?